Here are the top 7 suggestions for couples when starting a business together. Number 1 is communication. Communication is super important as a couple working together because we need to make sure that we align as a pair before we make any big decisions, and make sure that we are directing our team or telling our clients about something that is something we both agree on. So communication helps us find that kind of middle ground and find that shared understanding so that we can move together as a unit. Generally, we do this with a dedicated mastermind. So we have this every Saturday. We talk about, what went well, what didn't go so well, what we can improve. Another thing that we've been really practicing doing is actively communicating. So if there's something that comes up that maybe bothers one of us or we have a concern about, we try to actively, boom, right when we feel it, we talk about it. We don't hold it in, we don't hold it back because that hurts the business growth. So we try to do that and also take in and listen as much as possible to the other person while they're speaking so that when we communicate, it's understood and we can move forward with it.
All right, number 2, compromise, which is very important since, you're in a business together with your partner. You always have to learn how to compromise because through this journey, it's very natural for people to have different opinions and different ideals. And, we are equal partners in this venture. So we need to respect each other's ideals and learn how to kind of talk through things and not move forward in a decision unless we both agree upon that or come to a compromise. And the way we do this is that we basically listen to each other's ideals. Sometime or most of the time, we actually agree on most of the things.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
if we don't, we listen to each other's ideals and make sure we keep up that open ear, open mind. Sometimes we write them down, whether it's on a spreadsheet or on our whiteboard. And then we reevaluate the decision after we brainstorm and discuss that. All right, number 3, we want to understand each other's strengths and weaknesses. In the spirit of kind of being efficient, there are a lot of things Kayla is good at that I'm not, and vice versa, things that I'm good at and she's not. And so you should definitely understand each other's strengths and weaknesses because 1, it's very advantageous as we found to have a partner that has complementary skills because then we could kind of, help each other in areas that one can't and the other one does really well at. And then we also kind of allocate the task accordingly. So obviously if there's a task that Kayla's better at, she's going to do that because she's going to get it done better, quicker, and more efficiently. So yeah, it's very important to understand kind of each other's strengths and weaknesses because this is a business. We want to run efficiently, and the more efficiently we know each other's strengths and weaknesses, the better for all of us. I think a good example of this is when we first started this journey, when we were trying to choose what venture we'd go along with. Part of our spreadsheet was listing out our strengths and weaknesses and making sure we can use that in whatever venture we go to.
Number 4, separating work and our relationship. Because we work together and we're also actually together in a romantic relationship, it sometimes gets blurry. We'll go out for dinner and we'll, talk about the business, or we'll kind of bicker with each other about business things. And what we have to remember is that we're in this as a relationship first. There are things that I love about him and, transcend the business. And it's important for us to remember that because sometimes when the business gets stressful, when things come up, it's easy to forget those things because you're just looking at a business partner and you're going, we need to just get it done, So something that we do pretty regularly to keep the romance alive is to have a designated once a month date night. So we actively try to get out of the house, put on something nice, go eat, do something fun, just get out of the normal routine of being in the business. And just remember, why we're in this together and, who we are outside of the business. So it's really important for us to separate that out together. Number 5, building each other up. This journey of business is not always the easiest. There are times where it feels really demoralizing to be in business, and I think we both go, why are we doing this? So having the other person to kind of have you support and kind of push off of is super helpful in keeping this business going. I know he does an amazing job with always supporting me and most importantly, being my accountability buddy. There are days where I do not want to prospect. I do not want to go to the gym. I do not want to take all these client meetings, but he's like, no, let's do it. Let's get into it and let's do it well. And I think personally, that's one of the things that has made us so successful and one of the things that I really love about our relationship and our business, and is something that maybe you can find with your own partner in your own business.
Number 6, applying growth from your business to your relationship. I mean, again, basically like half of our waking lives is with each other. Well, sorry, we're always with each other, but half of our waking life is with our business. So then might as well apply the growth that we have in business to our relationship. And I think that's very important because, we're already using the time in our work to understand efficiencies in communication, which is a huge part of relationships, and other areas of our life, like our relationship. And so the way we do this is, as mentioned, every Saturday we have our own mastermind, and that's about improving our business. And then we actually think, wait, are these also applicable to our relationship? And if so, let's apply these to our relationship as well. And the last one, number 7, enjoy the journey. There will always be ups and downs. This is going to be a long road ahead. And so why not just enjoy it along the way? Always take time to celebrate your wins. Whenever something good happens, we try to, reward ourselves with maybe like a better meal for that time, or like Kayla said, a date night, or something a little more, purchase something for ourselves, rewarding ourselves. And then also it's been very therapeutic to reflect on our growth. So it's cool to see kind of the improvements we have in like our cold calling or our sales calls, because we record them and we see, wow, it's funny like how we were not as good before as we are now. Or even our YouTube channel. If you look at our channel and look at all of our videos, even just the first thumbnail and the first video compared to today, so much better. So enjoy the journey.
Yeah. And
these are the top 7 suggestions we have for couples for starting a business together. Comment couple down below if you ever want to start a business with your partner.
Ooh. In our next video, we're going to be talking about some of the steps on how we started our business in 2023. This will be like kind of an amalgamation of all the other videos and give an overview of how we did it. We upload weekly, so don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and hit that bell notification
ding,
to follow us on our journey.
Peace. All right. So how did this week go for you?
It was pretty freaking awesome, actually.
Okay. What happened? What's going on?
I think you should say it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, little context, and I'll let you state. So last week was Thanksgiving week.
Yes.
It was interesting because, I've been on this feeling of like just working all the time. And it was weird to take like a day off, a full day off.
Yeah.
It was good to see friends and family, but I noticed something that meant a lot to me was the week before we worked 7 hours every day. And last week, because of the holidays, we didn't do that. But, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm actually proud because this week we kind of came back.
Yes.
We've hit 7 hours every day except for today. So we'll hopefully get there Friday. But great news this week. We reached a very important milestone.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's very, very happy. And I'm very happy about that. How about you? How do you feel?
I'm feeling great. I feel like, we've worked really hard for the last, half a year plus. And I think it's starting to pay off. I think it's truly it's a testament to taking small steps in one direction. Like you'll really get there if you keep going and showing up every single day. So that's been pretty interesting. And then, hitting this milestone with the pivot conversation that we are having has been kind of interesting because part of me is really excited about this milestone that we hit this week. But also I'm kind of like, oh, how are we going to transform that or transmute that into something new?
Right.
So it's been, I would say overall, good week for sure. And I'm excited for the future, definitely.
Yeah, to give a little more context on the celebration as part of this video, we basically hit the milestone and we spent like 5 or 10 minutes just like jumping in each other's arms and like maybe like holding back a few tears. And that day we basically like left a little early to play some tennis. Yeah. We did yoga and we had we went to have a steak dinner.
Yes,
which is something we usually don't do. So yeah.
We also do this really funny thing when we win, where basically we like hug each other, we jump up and down. So I think we did one of those.
And for context, without details, basically the milestone, we had an objective of number of clients and a certain amount of revenue. So we hit that.
Yes.
And more importantly, we think that we can use this revenue to now pay for most of our life expenses for the business. So
which is a huge milestone for us.
Anyway, so how many more days until the end of the year?
Oh gosh, 31.
31 days.
Mark your calendars, y'all.
Gotta go. Crazy. As I think Iman said, like, don't disrespect momentum, right?
Yes.
So when you're on the momentum train, keep riding it, and because it goes both ways. If you slack, you'll hit momentum going down. Yeah. So we're gonna just keep it going. Good job. I'm proud of you. Proud of you too. Let's go. Let's go, Spaghetti-O.